Hi everybody, my name is Phil Bolander, and it's been a while since I've been on, so I'll remind you that my company's name is Seed and Lead, and I'm here today to talk about the book that I published in September. It's been a whirlwind since then, and I haven't been on since then. However, I thought now was as good a time as any for me to come on and talk about the book several different ways. So I'm actually on my cell phone in a different location, so I can't really see necessarily who's on, who's not on. I will look and see if I can figure that out as I go through this, because this is new for me. So it looks like maybe Peter's on. Thank you, Peter. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is, first and foremost, thank you very much for all the support that you've given me around the book. I'm really excited to share with you that many of you have reached out to me through social media as well as private messaging to let me know that you're reading the book and that you enjoy the book. I'm very excited to share with you that many of you have been reading the book in flight, which I think is really exciting because that's, of course, where the book was created. It's where the book started at 35,000 feet. For those of you who don't know the name of the book is Wings of Wisdom, Lessons Learned at 35,000 Feet. And they're my stories of spending time with flight attendants all around the world and learning a lot from them in terms of how to be kinder and more open to others. So anyway, and there's a lot more to it if you read the book. So I'm very excited to share with you at this point that I know that the book has traveled not only in flight with many of you at 35,000 feet, however, I know that a lot of you are reading the book. Let's see who that is, Vanessa. So many of you are reading the book not only on the ground or in flight, but also on the ground. And many of you are reading it here in the United States or North America. So I'm grateful for that. I also know that there are several of you that are reading it or have read it in Europe, and I'm very excited about that because that's 2 continents. Third is, I know that the book is either currently or on its way to Asia, where it will be read, and I'm looking forward to the postings from that as well. And then I also know that the book has been read in the Middle East and also in Africa. So at this point, that's by my count, 4 of the continents have been covered by the book so far. What I'm looking for is those people who are willing to read the book in South America and Australia. And for me, I include New Zealand and Australia as one. So I know that I have friends in Australia and New Zealand. I also have friends in South America, and I'm counting on you to read the book and then let me know that you're reading the book there. Okay? So thank you, Vanessa. So let's get it up to as many continents as possible, and maybe someday we'll even get it to the 7th continent in Antarctica. All right, so what I want to share with you today, because many of you have asked me about this, how is it that you wrote a book in 24 days? So what I want to share with you is the 5 lessons learned from writing my first book in 24 days. And basically this is going to be the 5 things that through my reflections I realized made the book being published in 24 days possible, and also making it a #1 bestseller. I don't go on and on about that, and I'm probably going to be chastised by others around that. However, it did launch at #1 in 2 categories. One category on Amazon had to do with teen and young adults, and the other had to do with memoirs and biographies. It sustained its position in the top 100 in biographies and memoirs for at least 3 weeks, I think. So that's not too bad for a first-time author, and I'm pretty excited about it, especially given the fact that I didn't do it with any formal marketing support or any of that type of stuff. So with that in mind, I want to share with you these 5 lessons learned. So what I promise you is that if you'll put any comments or questions in this feed, and then later when I review it, I'll make sure to answer those. So while it's not possible for me to interact with you right now, what I will do is make sure that when you put a question in there that I respond to it later, okay? So what you might notice right off the bat when I read these is that there is a pattern to it, and what I love about it is that we remember patterns. Those patterns can be, in this case, A, B, C, D, E, or they can be alliteration or whatever other thing. So I like to work with things that the brain actually remembers later. So I'm going to share with you these 5 lessons learned. The first is accept, the second is believe, the third is celebrate, the fourth is deliver, and the 5th is enjoy. So what I want to share with you is, first and foremost, accept the gifts that are given to you when you go through this process of writing a book. It could be your first book, it could be your fifth book, it could be whatever number of book that you're writing. However, I would really encourage you to be open to receiving and accepting the gifts that are given to you. The most amazing gifts that I received as I went through this process, one is my friend and editor, Marianthi, who is in Greece. She was kind enough to edit the book completely and totally, several versions, iterations. And as a result of that, hi Aaron, as a result of that, the book was edited and edited in record time. So I accepted the gift that she gave me of editing my book, and that was pretty phenomenal. And best part about it is we have this really great friendship as a result of it. Second is Michael. Michael is my husband, and he was kind enough to draft some covers for the book, and we put them out in a poll, and you all decided on the one that was most appealing to you. And so I'm really grateful to Michael for his work around the cover on the book, and then also for his editing as well. I really put him outside of his comfort zone and asking him to edit it as well for me. So both of them were very, very important in putting this together, and I accepted the gifts that each of them gave to me. And for some of you that know me, it was very difficult to accept those gifts. However, I knew it was the right thing to do. Okay? The next is accepting the gifts of the reviews. I think I'm up to 8 or 9 reviews now, so I'm grateful for those individuals who actually took the time to read the book and then take the time to actually put a review on Amazon. Hi Jackie. Good afternoon, Jackie. I know you're in Amsterdam, so I'm just talking about the book today. So the reviews, I'm really grateful for the reviews that people have shared on Amazon. I am really grateful that people, again, took the time to read the book and then to actually go on Amazon and write some pretty amazing reviews. And I'm happy to say that as a recovering perfectionist, it's really great to see that all of the reviews are in the 5-star category. So thank you for that. So it really is important to accept the gifts. Accept the gifts that are given to you as you go throughout the process of writing your book. Again, first, third, fifth, whichever book it is. So I'll just reiterate for those of you that are joining us, I'm sharing with you the 5 lessons learned from writing my first book in 24 days. The first one was accept the gifts. The second one is believe in yourself. The third one is celebrate the success, deliver on time, and enjoy the process. So the next one I'm going to talk about is believe in yourself. So believing in yourself really means that you have to overcome the self-doubt. Some people call them limiting beliefs, the chatter, the negative committee in your head, those things that tell you, or those thoughts that tell you that you can't do something. So really about overcoming those. And what I can tell you is that the way that I overcame them was anytime that I had them, I just jumped into some action. So that could be writing a chapter, it could be creating the cover for the book, whatever it was, I made sure that when those thoughts came into my head, that 1, I took on an action, and 2, if I didn't know what to do with it, I made sure that I learned how to do that action. So believe in yourself, and then also making it real. I mean, it's very important to be able to touch on all the senses, literally be able to touch the book. And so however you do that, you can mock it up, you can do it a lot of different ways, but the reality is that you believe in yourself when you can have all of your senses engaged around it, and then again make sure that your self-limiting beliefs are conquered and overcome by the fact that you're doing it, you're actually doing it, writing the chapters, organizing it, putting together, that type of stuff. So third in this is hi Jackie. So I'll just look and see here. I might turn my head a little bit. That's really, really exciting. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate your comment because it means the world to me when family as you are, and also family who are flight attendants, which you have like a double whammy, appreciate the book. So thank you for that. So third is celebrate the success, which is what we just did right now when Jackie put those comments out there. Make sure that you celebrate the work that you've done. I learned a long time ago in my career that whenever I attained a goal or was successful in something, it could be, landing a new job, being promoted, whatever, I always made sure that I rewarded myself. And that reward would be something that was just for me. So it could be, a writing pen because I like pens. It could be as crazy as a set of pots and pans that I got one year when I landed a really great job, and I thought, you know what, it's time to upgrade my pots and pans. And so I got new pots and pans when I got that job. So celebrating the success and making sure that you do it for yourself. And the other thing is get others involved when you celebrate. So I know early on I had Marianthi on a live, and we were able to talk about the book and celebrate the book, and that was really exciting for me. And each and every time somebody writes a review, I make sure that they know personally how much it means to me and how much I appreciate them celebrating me in the book. So next is deliver on time. This is really important. So when you set out to write a book, as I did in 30 days, and you'd never written a book before and you didn't even know what the process was, it could be really daunting and challenging and frightening and scary all at the same time. However, I chose to really engage some of the skills that made me successful in my career, and one of them, of course, is around time management and organizing. So what was interesting about it was, hi Stacy, what was interesting about it for me was that I've always been really strong in putting together project plans and outlines of work and that type of stuff. And so what happened for me was the deliver on time was natural. I put together the schedule, I put together the timelines, and I made sure that, for example, Michael was involved with it, Marianthi was involved with it, of course Amazon Publishing was involved with it, and I made sure that I had all those pieces in alignment in terms of what was going to happen in what order and getting it done. And one of the things that was amazing around it is that Stacy, it's so good to see you, was when I shared with Marianthi the timeline for having the book edited, she blew it out of the water. I mean, it was just incredible. I gave her, hi Samantha, I gave her a 2-week window in which the book needed to be edited for it to continue on and be successful on meeting the 30 days. And quite frankly, thanks to her, she was able to do it in record time for me because it was the first time. And as a result of that, we were able to shave off 7 days from the book, 6 days from the book, because she got right on it and she edited it first round amazingly quick. And then she also did the second, third, and however many other rounds that were really, really quickly. So celebrating Marianthi and her part in editing the book to keep it on schedule. And the other thing is to be accountable. So it's not always easy for us to get things done. We have a lot of disruptions, we have a lot of distractions, we have a lot of competing priorities. And what I learned in 1982 when I started my career was that I could take the foundation that I had for being organized around time and actually continue to hone it over the years. And so what's really good for me about it is that I'm accountable to me first and foremost, and then anyone else that I work with or work for, they benefit from that. So I learned early on that I'm not necessarily accountable to the other person. In my deliverable, I'm accountable to me, and I'm accountable to me because I have a work ethic that I want to uphold and I want to live to. And so they benefit from that. And what happened was with this book, I held myself accountable. So there were many times where I would work long hours, I would work in the middle of the night, I would work whatever it took in order to get the book written and meet the deadline. I also was accountable for learning, because learning was part of getting me to the point of being able to deliver it on time. And then the most important thing for me in all of this, and it continues on because the process is an ongoing process. It's not a one and done. So enjoy the process, because those of you who know me, worked with me, or spend any time with me, you know that I'm hardwired for process. I can walk into a place and immediately understand their process. It's much of what I did throughout my career, and it's really exciting to me to see the steps in a process and the roles and responsibilities in the process. So for me, sometimes I get really serious about process, but what was great about this was a fun process. I mean, writing a book for the first time, it's like riding a horse for the first time. It's like flying in an airplane for the first time. I mean, think of all the first times that you've had in your life. The first concert that you went to, the first date. I mean, there's just any number of firsts that you can reflect on and understand how exciting it is to have that first time. So this first time process of writing a book was really exciting to me. And I really stayed in high positive energy around it. I didn't get frustrated, which made it even more fun. So having fun with it was really, really important to me. And then also finding the joy in it. I mean, when I was writing the book, one of the things that was really clear to me was how wonderful it will be when this book is actually out there in the world, at this point 4 continents, and it's on its way to others. When the world is out there, the joy that I was thinking about when people would read it and realize that we can be kinder and gentler and more loving to each other, we can be, more respectful of each other, and especially in this time when there's so many opportunities for people to come together, and they're not. This book is really meant to give people the opportunity to, talk to your seatmate on an airplane, talk to your server at a restaurant a little bit different, and even bring it home to your family. Talk to your family in a different way, in a more loving way. So some of the stories that you shared with me about how flying is different for you while reading this book and meeting people, on the plane, that's the joy that I envisioned when I was writing it. I envisioned that there would be this feeling that would come over people, that they would look at the flight attendants, or they would look at their fellow passengers, maybe with a smile, with an open mind, with a kind heart. So that joy continues to be reinforced by all of you sharing with me your stories of reading the book and sharing the book. So again, let me just go through these 5 lessons learned. You can watch this on the replay, obviously, and those of you who are watching it on the replay, please let me know that you are watching it on the replay. And I'll reiterate that any questions that you put on the post, I will read them and I will make sure that I respond to them. Okay? So the 5 lessons learned for me were: accept the gifts. So whatever gifts are out there for you, it could be the reviews, it could be somebody offering to edit, it could be somebody giving you feedback on your covers that you come up with. By all means, accept those gifts. Accept those gifts and be sure to say thank you and let them know that you're really grateful to them. The next thing is believe in yourself. If there's anything that you thought you couldn't do, and then you do it, I will tell you the feelings on the other side of it are really quite amazing. So if you haven't done that yet in your life, or haven't reflected on the times that you've done it in your life, I highly encourage you to do that. So believing in yourself can get you to the top of the Harbor Bridge in Sydney if you believe in yourself, right? So celebrate the successes. Make sure that you give yourself the recognition and the accolades, and it even could be a gift. And I'm the crazy guy who, when I'm at the Hallmark shop and I see a card that I think fits for me, I get it and give it to me. So celebrate yourself in whatever way makes most sense for you, because the success that you've created is really, really important. So the next thing is deliver on time. So if you set the schedule for your book to be published in a month, 3 months, 5 months, next year, set your schedule and deliver on time. Deliver on time each and every one of the interims, so that you know that at the end you will have delivered the entire package. And then, of course, enjoy the process, because writing a book is a process the same as, I say, riding a horse, riding a bicycle, learning how to drive, learning how to cook. It's a process. So I encourage you to find the joy in the process, because it is an exciting process. So accept, believe, celebrate, deliver, and enjoy. Those are the 5 lessons that I'm sharing with you. I will tell you that since we last met, I've spent some time with my mom, and my mom and I have drafted an outline for a book, and we've started writing the book. And so there will be a book coming out from my mom and me, and that book will be entitled Making Outstanding Memories, and it's Pale List Tales. So they're stories of my mom and I traveling together for, I guess, about 5 years it was. And so I hope that you'll enjoy that book as well, because again, one of the things that I know about myself is that I love travel and I love sharing the stories of travel. So I might even say to you that there's probably another book based on my experiences traveling around the world, and maybe they'll be closer to the ground. I don't know yet. So anyway, please let me know that you were here. Please let me know that you joined on the replay, and please leave comments. I'm most interested in any questions that you have about this process that I can share my experience with you. I'm also interested in have you read the book? So let's see here. Thank you, Stacy. I'm also interested in, if you've read the book, let me know that you've read the book. Let me know if you're intending to read the book. And also, too, if you've read the book and you enjoyed the book, I encourage you to go to Amazon and write a review, because first-time authors get a lot more attention when Amazon sees that they're getting reviews on their book. And the other thing, too, is if you've read the book and you like the book and you think of somebody that might enjoy the book as well, please share it with them. Send them the link, let them know where they can find it, and that kind of stuff. So lastly, what I'll share with you is, I probably can't call myself, Hi, Fatma. I probably can't call myself an amateur at this anymore because I am published. And as I said, I don't tout it. However, by my account, well, not by my account, but by all accounts, I am a best-selling author. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go this month to a program specifically for authors, and I'm going to learn more about the author writing book process, if you will, the how you market it, how you share it, really take it up a next notch and learn more about it. So I'm really grateful to be going to Michigan, and I'll be participating in that program with Vicki Gould. And what's really exciting about it is there's an opportunity for me to meet with my family and friends who are up there and be able to talk with them about my book and actually sign my book. So if you're in the Detroit area, I think it's on the 18th of October, please consider coming and seeing me at the book signing. I know Jackie's going to be there, my sister's going to be there, I think my friend Jan's going to be there. So any of you that are there, please come out and meet me. So it's been a while since I've been on here. I can tell you that I've missed you. I miss this type of interaction. What I'm grateful for each and every day is the support that you give me. And I want you to know that I do feel it and I do accept it. And most days I'm really humbled by it because I'm just doing this thing of learning the next phase of my life. I'm learning these things that are making me stretch outside of what was a comfort zone, because when you spend 35 years in a business environment and then you leave it and you become an entrepreneur and an author and all these other things that I'm becoming, it really does give you cause to reflect and say, okay, what am I going to learn today? And then at the end of the day, you get to say, okay, what did I learn today? And travel and learning are probably just neck and neck, which is why the book is called subtitled Lessons Learned at 35,000 Feet. So I'm really grateful for those of you who came on here. And as I said, I've given you the 5 lessons, and I've given you my commitment to respond to any questions that you have. Know that I'm really grateful to you, and I'll get this posted up, and I'll look for any questions and comments, and I'm really grateful. Let's see, we had the United States on here, and we had Europe on here, and we had, well, it's Europe and Asia if you consider Turkey's right there, so we'll consider it Asia, which is the 3rd continent. So by my count, we had 3 continents on this call today, and that's pretty exciting because that means that the word is getting out there and people are really understanding the messages that I'm sending about let's be kind to each other, let's enjoy each other's company. So with much gratitude, until we meet the next time, thank you.